All right, I think we are live right now. So I decided to go live, a little bit early here for you guys to give you time to get on in. So I'm still going to be setting up things a little bit. Let me just double check that it's showing up on my YouTube as live. So first of all, I'm going to say that sorry if I'm not always going to be checking the chat or things like that. Pretty much Keith over at Tinkers said, "Oh, it'd be really awesome if you did like a live stream of working on the pontoon." And I'm like, dude, that's actually a cool idea. So this is going to be a live stream of me cutting up the foam for this. I can't even see what it is. Whoops. There we go. So sorry if I'm not always going to be in the shot. I'm pretty much doing what I can to make it so that way you guys can. Hey, what's up, King Random? So sorry in advance, guys, if the shot framing on this is going to be pretty bad. I'm going to see if I can put my laptop up on something to kind of get a different angle, but I'm pretty much doing the equivalent of what I posted yesterday on Twitter, which is instead of the camera rig, I have my laptop sitting on top of the trash can and I'm using the other two to hold the foam up. So gotta do what you gotta do. So let me try raising the camera up really quick. So give me a minute. What is this? Dude, I hear it is freezing over on the East Coast. Right, I feel for you guys. So get a nice little tour of the messy garage for a second. Ouch. Sorry about that. Okay, take two. Can you guys still hear me? I hope so, because I just dropped the mic like an idiot. Still getting set up. Okay, that's a much better shot. Screen down a little bit. There we go. Much better. Oh, sweet, and I got the mic. Good, you can hear. Okay. Just double checking. So what I'm going to do is I still got to set up a little bit more, but when I go to do stuff, I'm actually going to kill the microphone because I'm going to be using a circular saw, and I don't want you guys going deaf while I'm using it. So if you hear me cut the audio, I'm going to go like this when I'm going to go do something, so that way you guys know that I've cut the audio, and I'll do this again when I'm going to bring the audio back online. So hopefully I'll remember to turn the audio back on, but we'll see. So what I've already done during the setup time, just to make sure I didn't screw anything up, was I've already marked out the approximate cut line that I'm going to do for the front. And I've also marked out the cut line for the top. I was going to do a more blunt one, but then I just decided, you know what? Maybe I'm better off with one that's a little more spread out, if you will. So let me just finish getting set up here, get my mask on, get my hearing protection on, and then I'll actually start this and hope nothing goes wrong, because I'll admit this is the part where things start to get stressful, is when you're actually, cutting the final, starting to cut the final shape into things, and you're going, oh man, I really hope I don't screw this up, because I've already sunk close to $70 in foam on this thing, and I have enough foam in the corner to rebuild one pontoon if I screw up, and I really don't want to go there. So we'll see. So guys, behave yourself. I'm going to go finish getting set up real quick. I just thought I'd bring you guys on a little bit early because I actually got ready a little bit early. So yippee. So Excuse D3D was asking, doesn't my hair work as ear protection? Sadly, no. I wish it did, but it doesn't. So, proper safety measures, though. I am going to be wearing safety glasses. I am going to be wearing hearing protection, and I am going to be wearing a dust mask because I have absolutely no clue how much dust this is going to produce. So for that sake, I've also got a towel covering the keyboard on my laptop. So yeah, we'll see. No King Random, I'm not going to try and do the first circular saw haircut live. Don't worry, that is not on the list of things to do. I don't feel like running down to the hospital down the street because I did something stupid. Oh, man. Stress levels are going up. This is going to be great. Let me shut the door. Oh yeah, definitely better safe than sorry. Okay, so I'm going to cut the mic and make the first cut here, and we'll see how this goes. Well, that was not a giant disaster, but that was not a giant success either. Relatively cut along the lines. It went a little bit over, but it's okay because that's going to get shaved off anyways. But I'm starting to think I'm going to use the saw to kind of make a score mark, and then I'll just come along with a hand saw and finish it up. Let me go grab one of those. But you guys can see it did make a cut. It's just the problem is the deepest the saw blade can go doesn't even hit the halfway mark. So I'm thinking I'll use it as like a scoring mechanism and go from there. I'll be right back. King Random saying turn the blade backwards. Yeah, it's a thought, but the problem is the blade itself actually made a very, very, very clean cut in the foam. Problem is the depth is the issue. So, oh well. Let me move this down and try giving it a cut by hand. Well, the first cut is done, and take my mask off so you guys can hear me better. Sorry about that. Hey, what's up, Dan and Nori and Mitch 3D? Can you guys hear me at all? Let me know. Can you guys hear me now? Sorry, I forgot to cut the mic while I was cutting. But to give you guys an idea of the cut quality here, this was done using the circular saw, and this was done using the hand saw. So it's going to get, you know, it's sanded anyways, but that's pretty much where this is at right now. So what I've kind of figured out is I'm probably going to reset the blade depth on the circular saw so it doesn't cut as deep, but kind of use it as like a scoring pass, and then come along and hand saw, which is not ideal, but it's the best that I can do. I wish I had a vertical bandsaw, but I don't have access to one for probably at least another 2 weeks, and I really don't have that kind of time. So yeah. So Daniel Nori is saying, can't wait to see me test this thing. The plan is, I believe it's around April, or I think it's around March or April is when my school goes on spring break. So the goal is to get this thing done before then, have it all epoxied, fiberglass ready to go, so that when that happens, I can throw it in the car, drive it down to Southern California, and me and Danielle can try it out. I've told her that she actually gets the honors of trying it out first, but I will definitely be filming probably from a little inflatable raft or something. So I decided she gets the honors of doing it first because she got me into paddleboarding, but it'll be fun. And if it works holding both of us, that would be absolutely awesome. Okay, Skew3D, thanks, dude. Have a great one. So if you guys are cool with it, I'm just going to cut the audio here in a minute. And no, I didn't get foam in my eyeball. Do a couple more cuts on this. I got to admit, it is definitely harder than I thought it would be trying to make all these cuts and stuff. But you know what? That's just the nature of the project. I mean, going into this, I'm like, oh yeah, building a paddleboard, so easy, so much fun. Now I'm working out. I'm like, man, this thing's actually harder than I thought. But you know what? It's a good challenge and it's a fun project to take on. So I definitely would say, you know, it's not impossible to do, but at the same time, you know, it's something it's cool. You know, I've never done something like this. I've built foam model airplanes before, but I've never taken on anything this complex. So, you know, that's what makes it exciting. Hey, what's up, Handy Outdoor Nerd? So I'm gonna reset the saw here in a minute, and I'll kill the audio for you guys while I make another cut and then go from there. But now we have the front of it cut. Now I'm going to come along and I'm going to score the top along those longer lines, hopefully. And then I can come along and kind of cut that front shape in there. But as they always say, the first time's always the hardest. So I'm not super surprised at cutting the first pontoon as being kind of a pain in the butt. I'm literally doing all this work by myself. So that doesn't help anything. Hey, what's up, Lindy Design Lab? Yes, I totally could cut this foam with a hot wire tool. And to be honest, the more that I think about it, and right after your suggestion, I am actually debating doing an episode of me building a hot wire tool to cut this foam with, because man, that'd be so much easier than trying to use this ancient, really nice, my dad got it for me. It's like solid cast metal Skill brand circular saw. I mean, this thing is gnarly, but the problem is it's so heavy trying to hold this and make a cut in this, you know, things like that. It's a pain. But the funny thing is I actually have some nichrome wire upstairs. So I might just build a hot wire cutter later today. And if you guys want, I'll either just build it live on stream or do an episode out of it. You guys let me know what you want in the comments below. I won't be streaming like the 3D printing part for the handle, but I'm definitely thinking I should build a hot wire cutter, and I'll totally give you a shout out for it, Lindy. That's great idea. I just wanted to see if I could cut it using the tools that I have currently out of curiosity. So if somebody doesn't have a hot wire cutter, can be like, yeah, you can totally cut it with a circular saw, or you can totally cut it with a bandsaw, which I know you can do. But I'm more or less just trying to use what I can, but trying to go 12 inches deep in something isn't exactly easy. Yeah, you know, I could, but at the same time, I do want to just try building one using the saw just to see how it goes. But yeah, I'm really starting to think a hot wire cutter for all the others is going to make a lot more sense. But I do want to just try and use what I have on hand, so that way I can tell everybody, yes, it works but no, it's not very fun, so I don't recommend doing it. So let me just get set up here for the last score marks, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, it'll definitely make some fumes, but right here off camera, I have the garage door. So if I need to, I can just like pull everything outside and just go and cut it really fast. Good stuff like that. So let me just set up for the last cut here, and then I'll make good on my build a hot wire cutter word. I guess the other advantage of a hot wire cutter is I don't have to deal with little foam bits everywhere that I got to vacuum up afterwards. That's always fun. All right, let's do the last two cuts here, and then I'll blab more about hot wire cutters and great ideas like that from you guys. Okay, you guys win. I'm probably going to build a hot wire cutter here shortly. So pretty much I've got to just finish cutting up the nose cone on this guy. I think I'm just going to finish sawing it out, being that I've got the guides marked. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking hot wire cutter is the way to go. So I'll just get the stream running for about another 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'll work on setting up all the equipment that I need for the hot wire cutter. And then probably in about 2 or 3 hours, expect another stream from me of building a hot wire cutter. So all I got to do is figure out what I'm going to use for a power source, but I've got some ideas for that. So we'll see. So I'll be on for a few more. You guys are seriously awesome. And huge thank you again to Lindy Design Lab for the idea of the hot wire cutter. That's the kind of stuff that I should have thought about before I started doing this and said, gee, a hot wire cutter makes a lot more sense, genius. But, you know, I rarely work with foam. And when I do, usually it's a saw and wire brushes for sculpting it for model train layout. So let me just finish these cuts here with a different saw. And yeah, we'll have one pontoon part done. Kind of gives you guys an idea just how much work it is. Also got a finer tooth saw, so that might help. We'll see. Oh, I should probably kill the audio because that's going to sound terrible. So stuff with Kirby's asking, oh, again, huge shout out to him for buying almost everything on my list of things I need for the paddleboard project. Huge thank you again, dude. That was totally awesome of you. I was using a circular saw off on camera about 3 minutes ago, and it works. It's just the problem is it does not cut deep enough, and trying to make the kind of cuts needed for this with it just does not work very well. So I've decided that I'm going to go back to the good old hand saw method, but I'm also going to build up a simple hot wire cutter here in a little bit, probably kill the stream, print up a handle, then come back on and show you guys. But that's pretty much where this project is at right now. Is I'm thinking I'm going to need a hot wire cutter because trying to do this by hand is just, it's not working like I thought. I mean, it's working, but it's not working as good as I'd hoped. So yeah, but I'm learning a lot, so that's what matters. I currently have had lying around for like a year and a half the nichrome wire to make one, but I never made one. So I'm probably just going to take, I've got probably some metal rods I can solder it to about 13 inches apart, pull them down into a handle, bend the ends, and then just hook it up to a power source and just heat and cut and then heat and cut, that sort of thing. So that's kind of my thought process with it. And if for whatever reason this pontoon gets a little bit butchered, I was planning on coming along and using some filler over this anyways, just for good measure. So yeah, that's looking like a nose cone. Okay, guys. Well, I think I'm going to kill the stream here. Huge thank you again to everybody who popped in. Thanks to Kirby for helping out with the project with ordering some stuff. And huge shout out to Lindy Design Lab for the really good suggestion of using a hot wire cutter. That was awesome. So if you guys want, I'm just going to kill the audio here and probably run this for another 5 or 10 minutes. Just so that way I can work on stuff and you don't have to listen to of the saw and foam, and then I'll probably shut it down at just some random point when I'm like, okay, I'm done hacking this up. So huge thanks again to everybody who popped in. I'm just going to keep working on some stuff. You guys are awesome. Yeah, and here's to hoping this project works. So far, so good. All right, well, I think I'm going to kill the stream here, guys. As you can see, I've got this side is coming together decently. This side needs a little more help. So, oops. Give me a couple of hours, and I'll keep you guys updated on the whole building a hot wire cutter. This should be fun. Thanks for tuning in, guys. You're awesome. See you guys later.